3, 2, 1, action!
Okay, great, cut.
I mean, just like all your other movies and your television shows, it's a movie that's brimming with great lines of dialogue, really great, snappy lines of dialogue. And one of my favorites is Chris Evans when he goes, "I'll pay $10 million to whoever puts a bullet in this Ken doll's brain." Now, was this before you knew that Ryan Gosling would actually be playing a Ken doll?
It was, but I think that, we like to think that we inspired Ryan Gosling to take the role of Ken in Barbie.
But it's hard for us to believe that line predated him doing Barbie, but it did.
But Ryan also has a very twisted sense of humor, so he might have taken the role just to make the joke better.
But Ryan does seem like the perfect fit for this kind of film, because I've always felt like he has this very endearing calmness to him, this really friendly demeanor. It's a great contrast to all the craziness that goes around with him, and also the craziness of Chris Evans' lovely over-the-top villain. Was that like part of your mindset in choosing Ryan Gosling for the part?
Without question. I mean,
Absolutely.
Ryan's a master of minimalism. He can convey so much with just a look. He is very warm. He also has a very quirky sense of humor, and the movie has an odd tone. It's real stakes. There's real jeopardy. There's operatic action, and there's quirky humor all mixed together in it.
6 is an odd name.
Yeah. Just 007 was taken. So,
Are you chewing gum?
yeah,
We don't chew gum in this house.
I wasn't briefed. What happened? Again.
So Ryan really did check all of the boxes for, it's hard to find someone who encapsulates that, the ability to play that physical, to play that intimidating, to be a badass on camera and also be that funny at the same time.
Now, I think a lot of people were taken aback when the brothers who worked on Community suddenly made, in my opinion, the best action film since The Bourne Supremacy. But from my point of view, I felt it was totally natural, because I guess there's a natural kinship between comedy and action in the attention to detail, the timing, the flow, knowing when to throw a punch or when to throw a punchline. I mean, is there sort of a symbiotic relationship between the two?
Yeah, it's a good observation. And I remember as we sort of started developing our sort of process as directors and experimenting with these different forms, discovering that they are very similar because they're all based on rhythm. It's very critical. Comedy is rhythm. It's like you need the setup, you need the punch, boom. And same thing with action. It's very specific in terms of the rhythm. So it's oddly similar. It doesn't mean necessarily like if you can do one, you can do the other, because there's certainly unique things about both. But there's this odd connection between the two. And I think for some reason, Joe and I really connect to that idea of the connection between the two.
Yeah, and I also just want to say that one of the things I love about your films is that you're great at sort of pushing the brakes once in a while and just letting the characters be human beings for a few minutes. And I think a lot of action directors are afraid of doing that. Now, I have to wrap up, but I just want to compliment you on that. And I don't know if you are very observant about having those intermezzos where the human beings are human beings.
Thank you. Those are the critical moments to us. I mean, it's really important that you do slow down. Your brain can only handle so much action, and then it starts to become overloaded. So you do have to create connection to the character for the audience, because if they don't care, then they're not going to feel any jeopardy or any stakes in the movie. So that, again, another reason why Ryan Gosling was such a critical piece of the puzzle here, because you do care about him very much in the movie. And I think that is what helps create tension throughout the film.